Hey everybody, welcome to Yes Have Some. I am Craig Goldberg. As always, I'm here with Abigail Gardner.
What's up, guys?
And Jacob Walsh.
Hello.
And we are here with the one and only Eric Reich of Ghost Court.
I'm actually a co-producer on the new movie, which is exciting. And I handle all the brand stuff for Ghostbusters. Anytime you see the logo on a t-shirt, a toy, VR, TV, movies, anything, I'm working on it.
Sometimes people say, what does Eric do? I was like, he's the president of Ghostbusters and has been for
he's the
10
man
years.
behind the Ghostbusters curtain.
Yeah, there you go. We're here today to talk about something we're super excited about. The Hasbro Spengler's Neutrona wand in hand. Abigail, go ahead and grab it.
In my hands.
In
my trembling hands.
Eric has it as well. Take a look at that. Now, this is the brand new one-of-one scale prop. I believe this has to be the first official piece of merchandise for Ghostbusters Afterlife. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there it is. Eric, starting off, you mentioned you are co-producing Ghostbusters Afterlife. You have hands-on involvement in all the development of the new merchandise and the new toys. So when does the conversation start about props and what does that look like?
I mean, it was super exciting because we wanted to work with Hasbro because of their sort of roots in Kenner and the real Ghostbusters and sort of the whole, thing that we're focusing on in the franchise is going back to our roots, which is what we're doing with this next movie. And one of the first things we talked about them was, what does this line look like? What do we want to do? And we really wanted to sort of see the fans in the market with original Ghostbusters stuff, from the Kenner Real Ghostbusters to the classic stuff. So you saw the Plasma series that's already come out. And then we started looking at the new movie and what we could do there. And, there's been some other proton wands out in the past, and we wanted to update it slightly. And we started that with that wand as the first product for the props. So it's kind of exciting.
So much fun. The Intensify.
There you go.
You can activate that.
Listen to that. Oh, it's buzzing.
You can do the launch of that little guy.
This launch mechanism is actually the same way it was in the movie. So the one we had on set, it popped out and it had to be reset, obviously, the same way. So we matched that exactly.
A lot of times when these props come out, they get it kind of close, like 70%, 80%.
The fact that there's weathering and detail on it, like it looks like each of these different parts, it doesn't look like it was just made from one mold and then painted. Like everything looks really unique.
That's always a big problem with toys and props, or props that you can buy in a store or something, is that it always just looks like that, Abby. It's just like one piece, the colors, the same all the way through. And this is definitely not that. Like, this definitely looks like, looking at this close to the film prop, there's very minor differences here.
Mm-hmm.
And the weathering obviously was a big thing that Jason Reitman wanted to include as well, because it's such a key element of this new movie is, what does this stuff look like after 30 years? Even this tape that they put on the back, it's a molded piece, but it's like a softer rubber, and it's really satisfying. It actually feels like you're putting on the duct tape minus like the stickiness that you get afterwards on your hands.
Yeah.
The one thing you think about is like, what are the updates going to be? Like, what is the difference in the equipment? Jake, in the trailer, when we first saw the close-up shots of the brown handle, and then we saw it up close at Toy Fair, I know you and I kind of had a moment where we just had to take a deep breath and say, this is really happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not even just that. It's like you're saying with the upgrades, because just owning, a replica proton pack that you build or whatever, after wearing it in a parade one time, you have to wrap it in duct tape. So it's like
it's
seeing the wooden handle. It's all just like very practical solutions and very real world solutions to what, you think it would be.
Because this thing drops and drags on the ground sometime in that parade.
Exactly.
Like, there's portions. So yeah, it makes perfect sense.
The second we had the props made, we had 3D scans done of most everything, just for VFX and for future use. So we were able to give them the actual scan of the wand that we created for the movie, and then they worked with that. And the first thing we saw was a 3D grayscale printed model of it, and that was shipped to set. And Ben Eady, who was one of the prop guys on our film and was sort of in charge of all the gear, and I worked really closely with Hasbro to sort of put that grayscale model exactly next to the one from the set. And we had measuring tape and we were basically going through and giving them notes on every single thing that was off on it, and they made 99% of the corrections that they could. They actually came and visited set and got to sort of hold these things, and they saw like, oh, hey, we did this wrong, or we want to make this a little bit bigger, and they could see how the switches worked and everything and how it felt in their hand when the vibration was on. So they were completely hands-on with everything in development, and they even came to Calgary and check things out. So it was pretty cool.
Now, let's talk about some of the features and functionality, because what I really love about it, in playing with it for just a few minutes, and like Abby said, the packaging's amazing. It's got a really great display ability. So even if you just kind of want to buy it and have it up on your mantle or on your shelf, like, it looks amazing. But let's go through some of these features.
Well, one thing that we can look at first is obviously Hasbro was awesome in trying to do as many metal parts as they could on this. So all of the switches are all metal, feel really good when you flip them on. Right away, you can feel the rumble. They put like some crazy haptic rumbles in here. The intensify knob, obviously.
So
it's pretty satisfying just to even feel the intensity go up and down.
I like it.
There's metal parts on all the switches. On the extender here, metal on the end of the clipboard. There's metal screws and everything, so it makes it really easy for fans to switch stuff out. Same thing with the plate on the bottom to attach to a proton pack. It's got just normal screws on there, so you can remove those.
Yeah, it's got the S hook and the V hook that you can clip onto an existing proton pack if that's what you want to do.
You can ask a friend to clip on for you. So.
Yes, it's very hard to do.
One thing I actually learned about this S hook during the making of the last movie is I thought that this was always just to hang on, your belt or whatever.
Right.
But they actually, at least from what we think, because we had the same issue on set, they actually put these on to create some space between where it connects to the pack, so that when you put it on, sometimes it sort of kinks and then it makes it hard to pull it off the pack.
Yeah.
But if you actually pull this out, it can create a space and make it more level with the pack.
Oh, that's
and
interesting.
It makes it a lot easier to remove for the actors.
From everything we've learned about Afterlife so far, there was such a attention to detail and trying to recreate the props from the original movie. So I'm sure there was a lot of learning as you go and unexpected things just happening.
There were a ton of things that we learned from just finding things in the archives and looking at the original costumes.
One thing that I was really, really impressed overall with is the weight. It doesn't feel like a cheap toy. Obviously, Hasbro is a toy company. They're in the business of making toys, but this is very hefty.
Like, I was holding them both up together, and obviously the other one is full metal, so it's slightly heavier, but only by, a couple pounds at most. Like, this still feels like it's got some weight to it, which is nice. Obviously, the packaging is something we work really closely with Hasbro on, too, to sort of define that look for the Plasma series, and this has got that same sort of look.
That looks kind of like a military style kind of crate, whereas there's some graphics on the side there, as you can see, that it looks worn in real world. This is a display piece in itself, and we were looking at the videos. This is kind of based on the Neutrona wand box that is going to be possibly featured in an upcoming Ghostbusters film from Sony Pictures.
So the packaging obviously is based on Afterlife, and it resembles a box that holds a proton wand as well.
Yes, that is a box.
We're doing the dance.
Something we actually really talked about when we were designing the packaging for all the Hasbro stuff is sort of how getting away from that just yellow and black look of the old packaging
really kind of jumps out.
Yeah, as a collector, you appreciate those little details on the package.
Yeah, I usually open my figures, but I had to get one to keep in the package and one to play with. These are available now for pre-order at Hasbro Pulse.
People should be able to get them pretty soon.
Yeah, and it's $99. I think September 1st was the shipping date, and a lot of people had been asking if that was going to get pushed back or moved because the movie had been pushed back to next year. But that is not the case. These are coming any day, basically.
Hello and welcome to the Yes Have Some Institute of Higher Learning and Proton Research. To begin, we will activate our power switches. 1, 2, 3. Utilize the green lever to extend the Neutrona wand barrel. push the intensify button to release your proton stream. Uh-oh, looks like we're overheating. Your Spengler Neutrona one comes equipped with multiple ghost-busting modes. To switch from your standard proton mode, simply click the orange hat light. Now we are in slime blower mode. Oh look, a stasis stream. Looks like boson darts, bucko. I think they felt that one in Pittsburgh.
Hasbro, obviously, they wanted to include as many functions and features on this wand, and there was an opportunity with the LED strip at the end to create some fun, different modes. And so we know how much fans like the 2009 video game, and it was a perfect fit to sort of throw some extra Easter egg, wand modes in here.
The back of the wand here on the handle does screw off. That's your battery compartment. It takes 3 AA batteries, I believe. But it does come with this connector. So Eric, let's talk about this and what this is all about.
This was another, again, feature that we talked to the team at Hasbro about. Again, knowing that fans would want to modify these and attach them to their proton packs and take them to cons. That was the first thing. We're like, well, this has got to be able to connect to a proton pack. And besides the hook, obviously the hose is important as well. So they were really great about going online and finding all the sort of the common sizes of tubing that people use for their packs. And that's what they did with this, so that fans could hopefully easily just attach their wand to their pack as well.
This is the first piece of Afterlife merchandise, and this will kind of kick off the fall, and then we'll have a nice build up, and I'm sure we'll have more releases. Is there plans for more props? Is that something you guys are looking into?
I mean, we're talking to them all the time and expanding the line and seeing, where things go. So we're hopeful that more comes.
Just in general, not even just with the Spengler wand, but like the three of us have had conversations, months and months ago about what do we hope we see from Ghostbusters Afterlife merchandise. And I'm pretty sure like the two big things that were like wish list things were like Kenner collection type stuff and Plasma series type things. Were like right off the gate, that Spengler wand, it's like, whoa.
Well, it's such an amazing time to be a Ghostbusters fan.
No, but what I was going to say is kind of going back to my job. Like, part of my job has been to sort of listen to the fans and to sort of immerse myself in the world. And one of the first things I did was go to Comic-Con in San Diego and hang out with all the guys at the party that they have there every year. So that's hopefully the stuff that you're seeing come out is a reflection of that as well. Things that I know people have been wanting to come out. So
knowing, how much work you guys are putting into this revival of the franchise and knowing how passionate Jason Reitman is.
Yeah, I mean, that honestly, working on the movie, that has been really cool to see how everyone that was involved was passionate about Ghostbusters. There wasn't one person that, obviously hadn't seen the original movies or, wasn't a super fan themselves. So that was really cool to work with people that all, and same with Hasbro, like that all wanted to do this brand justice and to create things that fans and everyone will love.
Now, here's the thing. We don't know if all the wands in Afterlife look like this. So I'm going to need 4, 5, 6 of these. That way, once the movie comes out, we can modify and adjust them as needed. Mm-hmm. Jake, I know you're going to get a couple.
Well, we got to keep one in the box, just like we said. Like we were touching on the packaging earlier, and I think some people don't realize how good-looking packaging is very important to some people, and the box looks great. So it's like you want to keep one on. You got to keep one on the stand. Mm-hmm. You got to keep one in the box.
Couple in the closet. Couple
and
to
then
show
you gotta
off.
Keep one, and then you got to keep one like by the bed.
Yeah, by the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because you have intruders or something. It just makes you feel safe.
Yes, yeah.
I'm just super excited because this, like you said, is the first Afterlife product that's going to be out there and that I had a hand in working on. So, I'm excited to see everyone else's reaction to it once they get it.
Well, cool. Well, Eric, thank you so much for joining Yes Have Some to have this conversation today. Get yourself a Neutrona wand, and like I said, you're going to want a couple of them. We'll catch up a little bit down the road, and we'll talk about more exciting things happening with Hasbro and the Plasma series. And once again, just thank you so much.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you.